Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a critical topic that will shape the future of the Philippine Air Force: the urgent need for aerial refueling capability. With the Philippines set to acquire more FA-50 Block 20s with aerial refueling probes and multirole fighters like the Lockheed Martin F-16V on the horizon, the missing piece of the puzzle is clear. We need our own aerial refueling aircraft. Let's start with the basics. Why is aerial refueling so important? Simply put, it extends the range, endurance, and combat flexibility of fighter aircraft. In an archipelagic country like the Philippines, with vast maritime borders and limited air bases, this is not a luxury. It's a necessity. In fact, without aerial refueling, even our most advanced fighter jets are tied to a limited radius, what's called a combat radius limitation. For example, the FA-50 has an unrefueled combat radius of around 400 kilometers, barely enough to reach certain contested areas of the West Philippine Sea and return safely. That severely restricts sustained presence and rapid response capability. But with aerial refueling, that same aircraft can remain on station for extended patrols or even conduct multiple missions without returning to base. This becomes especially important in a crisis scenario where air cover, surveillance, and coordination with naval assets may be required over long durations. Refueling in flight essentially gives commanders more time and space to operate effectively across the entire Philippine archipelago and beyond. Aerial refueling enables our jets to patrol farther into the West Philippine Sea, maintain longer air presence during critical missions, and conduct joint exercises or real-world operations without constantly returning to base. Without this capability, even advanced fighters like the F-16V or upgraded FA-50 Block 20s are limited in reach, making it harder to respond quickly to threats or cover remote parts of the country. Under the revised AFP modernization program, particularly the Rehorizon 3 phase, the Philippine Air Force is transforming from a territorial defense force into a credible deterrent power. This includes acquiring more FA-50s, potentially 12 to 18 Block 20 variants, and multi-role fighters like the F-16V or South Korea's KF-21. But advanced jets require advanced support. Without aerial refueling, these fighters cannot unlock their full potential. Just like buying a sports car and never refueling it on a long drive. Let's now look at the viable options the Philippines can consider for acquiring aerial refueling aircraft, whether new, surplus, or through upgrades. Option 1. Boeing KC-46A Pegasus. The KC-46A Pegasus is America's next-generation tanker. Based on the Boeing 767, it offers state-of-the-art refueling systems, defensive aids, and cargo transport versatility. While expensive, a small fleet of KC-46 as would be interoperable with both U.S. and allied assets in the region. It's a future-proof option, but the cost and logistics may be challenging for the Philippine Air Force. Option 2. Airbus A330 MRTT. A popular and proven choice among regional allies like Australia, South Korea, and Singapore, the Airbus A330 MRTT offers excellent fuel capacity, multi-role versatility, and a proven record. What's more, it supports both boom and probe refueling systems, ideal for mixed fleets like FA-50s and F-16s. If Manila want a long-term investment that's regional interoperable, this is a strong contender. Option 3. Surplus Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker. The U.S. Air Force is phasing out its KC-135 Stratotankers, several of which are still in good condition. These Cold War-era tankers have been extensively modernized and could be transferred through foreign military sales or excess defense articles, EDA. The Philippines could negotiate for 1 to 2 units, though operating costs and availability of spare parts might be an issue. Option 4. Surplus KC-130J/T variants. Another practical choice is the KC-130, either the newer J variant or older T models, used by the U.S. Marines. These aircraft are more versatile for a developing Air Force. The KC-130 can operate from shorter runways, support cargo missions, and refuel both helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. Countries like Indonesia and Thailand have successfully integrated them into their fleets. Option 5. Upgrade existing C-130s with refueling pods. An economical route could be to convert the Philippines' current or incoming C-130 Hercules into aerial refuelers. The C-130J Super Hercules, expected to arrive soon, can be equipped with underwing refueling pods, similar to the Harvest Hawk system used by the U.S. Marines. While not as capable as dedicated tankers, this offers flexibility on a tight budget. Several nations have pursued this approach successfully. Brazil and Chile, for example, have modified their C-130s to serve dual roles. Aerial refueling aircraft aren't just gas stations in the sky. They serve multiple strategic roles. These aircraft can enhance HA/DR, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, by acting as cargo platforms, support ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance operations by keeping surveillance aircraft airborne longer, extend operational range of maritime patrol and AW&C aircraft in the future. Moreover, having this capability enhances interoperability with allies during joint drills like Balakadin and Salaknib, increasing deterrence against regional threats. The Philippine Air Force is rapidly advancing, and with that comes the responsibility to support its growing air fleet. The acquisition of aerial refueling aircraft is no longer a wish list item. It is a strategic necessity. Whether through dedicated tankers like the A330 MRTT or cost-effective conversions of existing C-130s, now is the time to invest. With an expanding list of fighter assets and the growing complexity of regional security challenges, the ability to refuel in the sky could make the difference between mission success or failure. What do you think is the best option for the Philippines? Should we go for brand new A330 MRTTs, surplus KC-130s, or modify our current assets? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more defense updates.